welcome back to my channel, Lenox Justifier of Innocence, created by Zeus and Demeter to save humanity. I am Lenox.
And I am Leska.
And today we are here to take you on a journey where Lenox is going to go to Mount Olympus. Now, as we left off in the last story, it is called the Absolving of Women and Children. And so today, Lenox is heading to Mount Olympus with Mr. Buddy, and they're going to get some information on Hades from Zeus and Demeter. So without further delay, we're going to start. It's going to be a little bit different. So we're going to depict the scenes, and Lexa over here is going to narrate part of it. So without further delay, we shall get started. Enjoy the show.
Lenox and Mr. Buddy entered Mount Olympus. Lenox was stunned with the beauty of this realm, which was breathtaking. Waters bluer than the untouched parts of the Caribbean Sea. Clouds dancing among the sun's rays, ever so playfully. The air smelled of the perfect combination of freshly cut grass after a summer sun shower, with hints of lavender and jasmine when the light breeze came across the sun's warmth. It felt like a massage on your muscles. There was no aches, no pains, no sore muscles or stress. In this euphoric utopian state, she had forgotten why she was there. She didn't feel the sorrows of mankind. No fear, worry, sadness, anger. Mr. Buddy nudged her as she snapped back into reality. "Oh wow," she said while shaking her head. "I had my fur babies and friends, and this place would be quite possibly my version of heaven."
It is quite spectacular. It's easy to get lost, but we must not lose focus. Zeus and Demeter are just over
Walking
the
through, they came across other gods and goddesses. All were in awe of Lenox's presence. So different from them in a strictly good way. Lenox stood tall and strong, intelligent and beautiful, with a touch of mystery. Being born through a human womb gave her enough vulnerability to make her even more powerful. Irresistible but unaware of it. Athena, Hera, watched as she passed by, unable to speak at the sight of Lenox. Aphrodite couldn't help but feel a twinge of jealousy. But then she thought, she must have my genes in the looks department. The jealousy melted away into a smile as Lenox passed her by. Over the hills they walked, and they were Zeus and Demeter, sitting looking out at the universe. Lenox could not help but think of her human parents. The thought of them sitting together, watching the universe from the heavens, filled her with joy. Demeter turned, startled. "My child, what are you doing here?" she asked. Zeus rose up as well. Before he could speak, Mr. Buddy assured them that the ultimate creator allowed the visit.
Oh, in that case, how can we be of service, my dear? I'm sure this is not a social visit.
Regardless of why you're here, we're still excited to see you, my darling.
With Terra locked in the core of the earth, I had expected for evil to slow down, but it appears there are more players than we thought. I need to learn more about Hades. What's his deal?
His deal? Forgive me, my child. I'm not used to hearing a goddess speak like you.
Zeus, my darling, don't be silly. Of course she speaks differently than we do. We are old. We are of another time. She is modern. She has to be able to communicate with modern day man. That's just how it is.
I find her manner of speaking to be refreshing.
Well, I was raised in Boston. What did you expect? I am who I am.
No, no, of course not. Just take a little acclamation. Come, sit. I shall tell you the story of Hades, Kronos, our father, the Titan King. He was strong, unafraid, he felt no fear of anything. He freed himself and his siblings from the wickedness of his father, Uranus, but he possessed some of that wickedness. He became Titan King to be feared by all. But for the first time, he himself felt fear. He feared his children, and so he imprisoned them. Rhea had wanted her children to be free, but at what cost? Cronus had swallowed his children for fear that they would overthrow him as their prophecy had said. The same way he overthrew Uranus, Rhea, his wife, our mother, she couldn't bear to see such agony of watching him commit such cruelty on their children, that when she discovered she was with child again, she ran off to an island with the help of Uranus and Gaia to have it. And of course, that child was me. I grew up under the care of Uranus and Gaia, later to become king of the gods. Meanwhile, Hades was punching the inside of Cronus, growing more angry by the moment. From that anger, darkness grew. When I went to Cronus to free my siblings, he was already feeling pain in his stomach, for Gaia had been nagging him the way a mother does, that when he sees me appear in front of him, he doubled over the pain that was too great at the sight of me. He proceeded to vomit my siblings at my feet. They quickly aligned themselves with me, for I represent their freedom. I rule the skies, thunder, and lightning. Meanwhile, Poseidon ruled the sea, and Hades chose the underworld, for he had become accustomed to darkness and wickedness. We waged war against the Titans and won. The ultimate creator watched on them, came down, declaring me as the king of the gods. But we each must stay within our realm, for he was creating what he called mankind. We could watch over them, but were not to directly interfere. For Hades chose the underworld because of its darkness, and because it is a place where wicked men who fall out of favor go to wander in mist, darkness among monstrous creatures. There he could carry out the wickedness he held inside him unto them. But humans found faith, and with that faith they were granted forgiveness. Less souls fell out of favor, so there were less for Hades to torment. This made Hades grow restless. He then took Puntantero, an orphan, a child who was much like himself, filled with darkness and wickedness. He made him an immortal mutant, gave him powers in exchange for him casting wickedness over humanity, and causing man to fall from favor. So for a while it seemed his plan was perfect, but now it appears history is repeating itself, the wicked son trying to overthrow the wicked father. Though Puntantero is not of his own cloth, Hades raised him, and now his creation wants to destroy Hades the same way Hades destroyed Kronos, after I had freed him from his stomach.
This is a lot to take in. So in a sense, the ultimate creator does not allow you to interfere. So Hades got Puntantero to do his bidding for him. You created me to stop them both.
But you see, you have more power than we could have anticipated. Your light is blinding. We underestimated how powerful having born through a human womb would be, possessing both of our strengths with the understanding of how human mind thinks and feels. Very powerful indeed.
I think I'm beginning to understand. It's starting to all make some sense as to why they are attacking the women and children. If I can succeed at convincing if they can succeed at convincing other humans to eradicate them, their souls would be doomed to spend eternity in the underworld. Hades would be happy, and Puntantero will have the pleasure of then turning them against Hades, taking over the underworld, and ruling all evil on earth. Being that he's a mutant with human blood, he's not bound by the same rules that the ultimate creator created for you guys and for Hades. So he is determined to end humanity, allowing him to rule all but the skies and the seas.
Poseidon will not bow down to Hades. He has defied the ultimate creator before he will do again, if he feels it necessary. As for me, I trust what the ultimate creator knows, but I too will not bow down to Hades or anyone. Demeter and I circumvented the ultimate creator's rule when we created you, but I can see that he now approves. That is why he sent his guard dog here to be by your side.
Yeah, and I'm not giving him back either.
And I don't want to go back.
So is Hades grooming someone else that he can better control than Butantero?
We believe this may be the case. There's a few human names coming up often. We shall have to investigate.
I will have Amalia and Leska look into it.
Olgard is waiting for you, darling. He has to train you on how to use your new developing powers, which you will definitely need. Okay, Mother, don't worry. I'm always training with Olgard. Lennox and Mr. Buddy said their goodbyes as they headed back to the sanctuary to meet with Leska and Amalia.
Lennox and Mr. Buddy headed to meet with Leska and Amalia.
Mr. Buddy, I'm somewhat confused, but I think talking it through with them will help.
Mr. Buddy and Lennox arrived back at the sanctuary. Both Amalia and Leska were disappointed that they didn't get to see Mount Olympus. Oh man, I really wanted to go see Olympus. How was it like?
It was incredible. I'm sorry that you weren't allowed to go. I wasn't sure if you were allowed, but next time I'll definitely see if I can bring you. It was absolutely incredible. But before we get to that, I need to tell you about what's going on with Hades. I got some really good information.
I have an idea of who the players are.
I just don't understand why any of this is happening.
I got some insight into that today, so hopefully we can get this squashed before it becomes a true issue.
Sounds good.
So that is going to conclude today's episode. I hope that you enjoyed the Greek mythology component to it. We tried to give you a backstory as to Hades and Zeus and Demeter and their origins to help you along in the storyline so that you can see how it ties into today's missions. We will also be trying different techniques like the cartoon that we're in right now and dramatizations like we did earlier in the story, just to keep you guys interested and try out new applications as they come out. So with that said, we're going to say goodbye for today. I hope that you guys have an amazing week up ahead. Look forward to the videos coming out later in the week. And until then, take care of yourselves and God bless.
Bye for now. Till next time.